I cried out as my feet slipped out from under me. I scrabbled at the crumbling earth, but it offered no purchase, sending me tumbling deeper. I tried to run, but the chasm walls shifted around me. Crap! They're trying to crush me. Tadashi was ahead of me. Red earth cascaded down as the chasm narrowed. A sliver of light beckoned at the end of the passage, but a boulder slammed into me, sending me sprawling. My right foot wedged between rocks. Tadashi! The name escaped my lips before I could stop it. Damn it! Shame burned my cheeks. Why did I call out to him? Tadashi turned and rushed towards me. His eyes widened at the sight of my predicament. Without a word, he lifted my arm to help me up. I tried to wrench my foot free, but it was stuck fast. The rocks creaked in ominous rumble, the pressure increasing on my ankle. I groaned in pain. The chasm walls were closing in, pressing us together. The opening ahead shrunk rapidly. A wave of cold dread washed over me. I was going to die. "You should go," I croaked. "Save yourself." "I won't leave you, Rito," Tadashi said firmly. I almost laughed hysterically. If he had dared to say that at any other time, I would have lashed out at him. Tadashi knelt and struck the rock with the handle of his sickle, freeing my trapped foot. He then invoked the Star Shield. Powerful bluish-white energy spiraled outwards towards the exit, halting the collapsing walls. I scrambled through the narrow opening, then froze when I reached a dead end. A deep ravine stretched out in front of me. I had no time to warn Tadashi. The earth rumbled shut behind me as the star shield dissipated. Tadashi slammed into me, and together we fell into the gaping abyss. Ah! Tadashi held me close and threw his kusarigama. The chain wrapped around a protruding rock, halting our fall with a jarring jolt. He cried out as the chain wrapped around his hand tightened, wrenching his shoulder. The bottom of the ravine was lost in the darkness below. Tadashi's grip loosened. I was flung away, crashing through branches and rocks before sliding down the cliff face. Pain, then darkness. I gasped awake. Ah! I squeezed my eyes shut as pain shot through my body. Every muscle screamed in protest. A throbbing ache pulsed in my foot. I winced and clenched my fists, then forced my eyes open. I blinked slowly and breathed. Each breath sent lances of pain through me. A gloomy fog pressed down, obscuring the sky. The air was heavy. My breathing was ragged. I tried to sit up, fighting through waves of agony. Damp moss surrounded me. I looked at my throbbing foot and swallowed. My ankle was definitely sprained, red, swollen, and hot. A long gash ran across my calf, but thankfully no bones were broken. I could still move my knee, though the pain was excruciating. I clenched my jaw. With trembling hands, I ripped open my tattered clothes and unzipped my armor. My medicine pouch was intact, but my water bottle was missing. I took 2 painkillers and swallowed them dry. Then I poured disinfectant onto a long bandage and wrapped it around the wound on my calf. The disinfectant stung. I looked around. Withered trees towered above me. The ground was a tangle of vines, bushes, and moss. I hadn't fallen far from the cliff wall. The distant rush of a river reached my ears. I applied disinfectant and Master Toya's ointment to my ankle. He could heal such injuries with ease, but I wasn't that skilled yet. Damn it! All I wanted was to collect potion ingredients. Now, thanks to Tadashi, I was stuck in this ravine. Anger simmered in my chest. Why did that guy always cause problems? I took a deep breath and tried to stand, but my knee buckled, sending me crashing back down. Agony shot through my foot, white-hot and blinding. I gasped for breath. Damn it! Come on, Rito! Get up. I slowly rose again, my knee trembling. Just a little pain. Don't be a wimp. Sweat dripped down my face as I found my feet. Finally! I paused, maintaining my balance. What should I do now? Tadashi was nowhere in sight. Had he left me? A pang of something like betrayal tightened my chest. I won't leave you, Rito. So much for his promise. I had to find Saki and Oda, but climbing with this sprained ankle was impossible. Was there another way? I forced myself to walk, each step a spear of pain through my foot. After a few minutes, the pain eased slightly. The medicine was starting to work. Wait, the river. There was a village at the foot of the mountain. I didn't know if this river led there, but it was better than trying to climb. I limped towards the sound of rushing water. Hopefully, it wasn't far. As I walked, I tried to piece together what had happened. The earth-splitting ninja was Koga. But why did they attack us? The Mitsurugi wanting revenge made sense, but the Koga were just a small clan, usually hired for treasure hunts. Why were both clans after Tadashi? Last week, when Tadashi was leaving, what was his mission about? I'd stormed off before he'd finished. I only remembered the warning about the clan infiltrator. Was his mission to find the spy? But wasn't the infiltrator in the compound? Why leave the city? Had the infiltrator escaped and Tadashi was in pursuit? But Tadashi was being chased. Perhaps the infiltrator was Koga or Mitsurugi, and Tadashi had discovered their identity. They wouldn't want him talking. They were probably trying to silence him. I picked my way carefully across a gravelly patch, nearing the cliff face for support. Then I saw him. Tadashi lay slumped behind a boulder at the cliff's edge. I froze. Was he dead? My head throbbed. Tadashi lay face down, his clothes and hakama torn and blood-stained. Scratches and cuts covered his arms and legs. I reached for his wrist. He had a pulse, but it was weak. Kneeling, I eased him down from the boulder and turned him over. His shirt was ripped open, his armor shattered. Blood trickled from his temple. His lip was split, and his face was deathly pale. He was barely breathing. "Tadashi," I whispered, feeling unease. No response. I gripped his arm and shook him again, my voice rising. "Tadashi!" Tadashi gasped, then hissed, his body stiffening. Trembling all over, he clutched his ribs. "Tadashi, wake up!" I shouted, hauling him up against the rock. He choked, his face turning pale. Tears streaming down his cheeks. His breath came in ragged gasps. "Rito?" he whispered, frowning. Are you all right? Idiot? Who falls into a ravine and walks away unscathed?" I snorted, getting to my feet. "I'm following the river to find a way out. Are you coming?" I didn't want to be around him, but my bow, arrows, and equipment bag were lost in the fall. All I had left were kunai and shuriken. I hadn't seen Tadashi's bag or weapon pouch, but it seemed safer to stick together, if he could even walk. I started walking without waiting for his answer. "Rito!" Tadashi's weak voice called out. Wait! I was already far ahead when Tadashi caught up. He winced repeatedly, his face pale and strained, his brow furrowed. He was clearly in pain. His ribs were probably bruised, though I was surprised they weren't broken after that fall. He kept his head down, watching his steps carefully. I hadn't noticed before, but he wore shackles on his ankles. The chains were cut, the broken remnants dragging and clinking on the gravel with each step. Where had he been? 6 days. Had he been captured? But why hadn't they killed him? His behavior was strange. If he was being chased, why not report back to the clan immediately? He'd said his mission wasn't finished. What else was he doing out here? Exasperated, I finally asked, "Why are the Mitsurugi and Koga chasing you? What's your mission?" As usual, he didn't answer. He never told me anything about his missions. Silence or a change of subject was his standard response. I used to be patient, but 3 years ago, he'd left without a word. Father said it was a mission, a 1.5 years of silence, no news from him at all. Didn't he know how worried I'd been? When he returned, I found out that he'd met with Father several times at the compound, giving mission reports. But he hadn't visited me, not even when I broke my leg. It seemed like Shiro and I meant nothing to him. I was done being patient. If the clan meant more than his family, fine. He could look after the damn clan forever. Tadashi looked away. I growled. His refusal to answer didn't surprise me, but his avoidance infuriated me. I'd rather be doused in boiling water than walk with you. But thanks to you, we're stuck, I said angrily. Why did I ever think you changed? How can I fight if I don't know what we're facing? Why did you even save me? Tadashi remained silent, his gaze averted. My anger intensified. You're making me sick. We can't work together if you won't be honest. We might as well split up. I don't need your help to find Saki and Oda. Tadashi turned to me sharply. You still want to find them? I thought you wanted to go home. I stopped, incredulous. Unbelievable. Why can't you care about anyone else? I'm not a coward like you, I snapped. Saki screamed before we fell. Something happened to her. If all you care about is the clan, then think about this. What will you tell the Fuma clan leader if his daughter was attacked because you brought the enemy to her? Tadashi's lips tightened. Don't worry about that. I'll look for Fuma. You need to get home and stay away from that Ishikawa boy. How dare he? Who did he think he was? You have no right to control my life. You're a failure as a brother. Oda's 100 times better than you. I hope you die on your stupid mission, I shouted, shoving him hard. Tadashi wasn't prepared. He stumbled backward, groaning in pain. Good. My foot throbbed as I stalked away, but I didn't care. I had to get out of there. His attitude was infuriating. I followed the river, ignoring everything else. I faintly heard Tadashi calling, but I pressed on, putting distance between us. I didn't want to hear another word. The fog deepened, and I didn't know how long I'd been walking. My foot ached, so I stopped to take more medicine. Suddenly, several objects whizzed towards me. On reflex, I ducked and took cover behind a large boulder. Smoke bombs exploded around me. I grabbed a kunai just as someone attacked from the right. Clang! My wrist ached from the impact. My kunai flew from my hand. I squinted through the smoke, leaping back as the enemy attacked again. I dodged, grabbing his elbow, and twisted. Void strike! Crack! Ah! The scream alerted his companions. I swallowed. Like the star shield, using the bone-crushing technique drained me. Damn it. I snatched up the fallen sword. Sword fighting wasn't my forte, but I had no choice. I dodged left, then parried the next blow, forced onto the defensive. Where's the bracelet? The Koga ninja pressed his attack. What bracelet? I grunted, struggling to maintain my guard. Don't play dumb, he snarled, forcing me back. The bracelet that damn slave stole. He was talking to you before you fell. I gasped. So that was it. Tadashi's mission was to steal a bracelet from the Koga clan. I don't know anything, I swear, I retorted. He was just yelling at me for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The man snarled. Then you'd better die. Their attack intensified. My arm trembled in pain. The ground started to shake violently, making my stomach churn. Were they going to bury me alive again? The river, my only escape, but there was no opening. More smoke bombs exploded. The earth rumbled. A flash of steel deflected an attack aimed at my back. Clang! Tadashi! The ground cracked. Run! Tadashi hissed. His sword slashed at the opponents in a blur. I dodged and ran for the river, Tadashi close behind. We were almost there when something whizzed towards me. My throbbing foot slowed my reaction. An arrow shot! No time, Tadashi shoved me down, taking the arrow in his shoulder.